Alright, and welcome back to the Plammo Talk. And so today, I think this is episode 12 now, and so today, let's talk about fandom, and man, can it be toxic sometimes? That's an opinion right there, that's an opinion piece. Can it be toxic sometimes? First comment of the day, leave one, let's see what you think. Can fandom... And we probably know the answer to this, but can fandom be toxic? Can our fandom of things become incredibly toxic? So that's the first question of the day. But I want to go ahead and get into, I guess, a little bit of controversy, if you want to call it that. But YouTuber and content creator Dino Cornell, this guy, I am not a big fan of this guy. But I'll leave my opinions to myself. I mean, he does what he does. He gets clicks, he gets likes, blah, 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 blah. But we all probably saw, if you pay attention to the guy at all. I surely don't, but it's been all over all over Facebook and a few other social media posts about him opening up the Exia 7 sword. And it was a pre-build. It was an action figure, metal build action figure, I guess, and he popped a comment off about not having to build it, spend multiple hours having to build it. He just unboxed it and put it together. And apparently somebody commented and made a move against the guy and gloated that they could do it in 7 hours. And he came back and said, or Dino Cornell came back and said, he makes more money in 7 hours than he does in a month, than the other guy does in a month. And so I kind of want to break this down a little bit. I think this entire exchange was insanely petty. Like, holy crap. This whole thing was petty. And I almost joined that bandwagon a little bit. I wanted to be funny, and I realized it probably wouldn't have been that funny. But I was going to have a picture of one of those guys that I could find using ChatGPT or whatever to have them cry or whatever, most like clickbaity things. And I sat there and thought to myself, you know what, that's not necessary. It's not, because it's not, it really isn't. I don't want to get in the middle of that. And it's what I might find funny, some other people may not find funny, so I left that one alone. But I wanted to weigh in on this because, this is a thing, right? There are elitists in a lot of these fandoms that we have, or gatekeepers, so you would say, in our fandoms, that seem to think that it's this way or no way. And I'll be honest with you. I bought, before I bought any Gundam model kit, I bought those Tamashii Nation action figures. Yeah, they're $25 at Walmart or wherever else you find them, and they're fine for putting on your bookshelf at work or somewhere else here at home. But I mean, you use them, you put them somewhere once, so you don't look at them again, you're done. And I would argue that if I had a preference, my preference would be to build these things, and here's why. My preference is to build these things because there is a fulfillment that I get out of doing this. It's cathartic for me, right? And so not only am I enjoying a passion for a hobby that I have, but a passion for a fandom that I have for Gundam as a whole. And I might not have seen every Gundam series out there, and shame on me, right? Shame on me. And I plan to. It's just really hard to sit through some of the older ones. Because the animation is... I sat through 0079, and if I could sit through that, the story was great, but the animation was... it was 1979. What do you could expect? But anyway, I'm going to get through them. I'm going to watch them eventually. So, I'm a fan of Gundam. I've always been a fan of Gundam as a teenager and up. But I think sometimes we take it way too far, right? And this goes for all kinds of fandoms. We're talking Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Gundam, any kind of anime like Dragon Ball Z, you name it, right? We take it way too far sometimes. And when I say me, it's generalized. It's not like, you know, me, you, somebody that you know, your aunt, your cousin, your friend down the street. It could be anybody, but most of us fans, or super fans, or fans alike, just take it way too far, or can take it way too far. And oh, well, you're not a true fan because such and such. I mean, have you met some of these people? I'm sure you have, but I mean, you know, how do you? Let me ask you this question: how do you handle those kind of fans? Me personally, I've worked with a couple over the years, and especially on Star Wars. Holy moly, man! Let me tell you, if there have ever been a set of gatekeeping fandom, it would be in Star Wars. Holy shit! Star Wars has the worst gatekeepers I've ever met of the franchise. And it's, you know, it's actually not the group. Actually, it's probably a little bit of both. The prequel and original trilogy, and then, of course, those who love the new trilogy who think it's better than the original 6. There's arguments on both sides, right? And they will gatekeep the crap out of those movies. And that, well, you haven't watched this and you don't truly understand because you haven't watched Rebels and Clone Wars and blah, 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 whatever, right? Enjoy it. Just be a fan and enjoy it. Quit being a douche nozzle to everybody else. Just enjoy the show. Just enjoy the fandom. Enjoy the fact that there's a freaking fandom to begin with, right? Enjoy the fact that people like this stuff. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. Everything that we've watched, everything that we've enjoyed, from comics to anime to TV shows like Thundercats and Dragon Ball Z, anything, right? Like, that started somewhere. That started as somebody's vision for a great story to tell. And had it been terrible, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. But some of these shows are still around. Gundam has been around since 1979. 1979. That is impressive. Insanely impressive. Why shit on that? Why would you want to? In what world is that? Why would you do that to the fans alike? Like, I'll be honest. I was a huge Marvel fan for years. And up until recently, the movies just have not caught my attention. And do I share my opinion? Yeah, I share my opinion with people. But the one thing I absolutely don't do is says, well, I don't like it, so you shouldn't like it. It's terrible. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was awful. You shouldn't watch the movie. It was terrible. Most of the time, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't too fond of it. And actually, truth be told, I did like that movie, but this is an example. But I'll tell people, like, you know what? I might have liked it, but you should go see it yourself. Right? I didn't like it, but you should go see it for yourself. Make your own informed decision. You know, I'm going to be doing that with Lilo and Stitch this weekend with my wife. We're going to go see that. But the same applies to our fandoms, right? Would you agree or not agree? You know, does the same apply to our fandoms? Like, let people enjoy the fandom in what way they can. You know, this Dino Cornell guy, he's, again, like, not some guy that I like. I think he's just incredibly abrasive, and that might just be his persona. But the way he flaunts, the way he presents himself on screen and on camera, I know it's engagement bait, but it's just not appealing. It really isn't. But the worst thing to do in this situation is to stoop down to this dude's level and, like, try to make it seem like you're better, or you've got some I don't know, gatekeeping key of some kind to say, well, because I can build this in 7 hours, and because it's something I actually built, you know, it's better than yours. I mean, who cares? Honestly, who cares? Who cares? I mean, some people might, and other people may not. I'm in the league in the idea of, you know what? You do you, I'll do me. You enjoy what you enjoy, and I'll enjoy what I enjoy. And I'll buy an action figure here and there if I like it. It hasn't been any time recently because I've been buying all these models. But, you know, if you're a fan of Gundam, and all you can afford or all you want to afford is a $24 model off the Walmart shelf, then so be it, man. Enjoy it. Love it. It's going to be great. It's probably packaged for you. It comes with a couple of weapons and you're done. No big deal. Is it representative in scale? Probably not, but who cares, right? Who cares? You know, if you like gunpla, man, don't shit on the guy who likes action figures. Enjoy your hobby. Enjoy what you do. You know, at work personally, I've met one or two individuals, and they weren't initially into building gunpla, but and I don't think I'm the reason why they did, and I'm not claiming that I am, but they found out that I built gunpla, and they saw what I did with it, and I guess that interested them, and they built it, and they bought a kit or two, and then caught the bug, and then they started building it themselves. So let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, right? That's basically the bottom line. Like, if you don't agree with it, just shut your mouth. Who cares? You know, don't feed into this guy, Dino, or don't feed the other guy too. Like, both of them are just freaking immature. Like, this, it's a stupid how this even became a thing. And it's been all over the place on Facebook. I just don't understand how people can be this petty and just enjoy this much drama and gossip. It's just crazy. But I felt like I needed to say something on it, because I've been trying to come up with a topic, and I've had a couple ideas rolling around, but this one just hit today, and I was like, this is a topic I need to talk about. Strike while iron's hot, right? But it's not me spreading controversy. It's just me saying, like, WTF, dudes, like, chill out. It's not that serious. It really isn't. It's a fandom. Everybody has them. Let the dude like what he likes. If he's going to if he's going to expel copious amounts of money on 15 computers, a bunch of purses for his wife, a bunch of action figures, whatever, let the man do what he's going to do. Don't try to shit on that dude. He's really good at shitting back, so just don't try to shit on the dude. Just leave him alone. You know? And, Dino Cornell should have had a little bit more tact and, like, just left it alone. But if you've watched any of his videos, and I'm guilty that I actually have in the past, which is why I know I don't like him, it's clickbait for him, right? It's engagement bait for him. So don't feed the beast. Like, just don't do it. You'd be better off for it. But anyway, this is about the dumbest thing that I could figure out to talk about today, but I thought it was like the most intriguing thing to talk about today. So I'm going to get this out there for y'all to listen to on Saturday morning, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Leave some comments, man. What do you think about this whole thing? Like, what's your perspective on Dino Cornell? What's your perspective on the way he handles himself and how people respond to him? Like, and if you haven't watched him, I would caution you too, but just don't get too involved in what he has to say. Sometimes he gets a little out of hand, and it's just hard to watch. But let me know what you think. I'd be interested to know what you think about this whole situation, and what you think about gatekeeping of fandom, and what you think about all this other crap we've talked about. So anyway, I'm out of here. Look forward to the other videos coming out here very, very soon. And I look forward to having you watch them and to let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all keep on building. I'll see you later.